Guys, there's literally 1 day left of this beautiful ZR1 giveaway along with $30,000 cash on top, and it ends October 26th at midnight. So this is the last call. If you haven't got your entries locked in, be sure to visit goonsquad.com, check out all the official rules, copy some gear, and it might be you.
Hear me out. This right here, it's not a perfect motor, but I'm sure we could save it maybe. And it's nice and compact, and I think it'd fit perfect in that.
Dang, that's crazy how they did that.
It goes all the way over here. So it's part of the floor too. What are you thinking?
Tough swapping, man. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna continue working on our Nissan GTRs because we got two of them now. We finally bought a parts car in order to fix our 2024 Nissan GTR. And I know this thing looks like a beauty and almost looks like you can drive down the road, but the saltwater damage that's been done to this thing is just outstanding. I mean, this thing is not gonna start, so it's the perfect parts car, and we are ready to rip this thing apart, cut it up, and do whatever we gotta do in order to get back on the 2024, and that's gonna be a better GTR in them. Anyways, you know, at the end of the day, we're gonna have a sick GTR in the driveway challenge, guys. We did not forget about that. It hasn't failed. It's just the framework was just way too much in order to do it at the house. But once we get this framework knocked out, we're gonna go back up there. We're gonna finish it off right. So right now, let's just go ahead, grab some tools, and just start taking parts, taking engines out, taking frame rails off, and getting them ready for our 2024.
Check this out, guys. So we tore apart the front end of this GTR right here, and look at how this radiator support removed. It came off with the whole entire cooling system, which is super awesome. It's got the oil cooler, the radiator, the intercoolers, all the coolers, trans and power steering cooler, which is super awesome. And after looking up this stuff online, I believe this is about $10,000 worth of parts used. If you were to go to the dealership, it'd be easily probably like 15 to 20,000, because I believe this oil cooler, let me turn this thing around. That oil cooler right there alone from the dealership is 10 grand, which is just absolutely insane. But hey, we got it all right here, and it is all together, which that's gonna save us a bunch of time alone, where we don't have to, you know, gather every little piece and put it all together.
Yeah,
Dude, it's
all
just
there.
awesome,
Just
man.
gonna slide right on there once we get the framework done and bolt right up,
Dude,
honestly.
super awesome. So dude, we're getting our monies back right now as we're working. We're seeing it right here, 10,000. And then we still got the shock towers, right? What are those suckers worth?
Shock towers, frame rails, that's like another 10 grand right there.
Oh,
alone,
easily.
dude.
So basically everything else is just extra. So we're just super pumped just to see our money's worth here. And this is pretty much gonna allow us to get that car together with speed.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna drop this engine with the suspension and all,
Yep.
so it's gonna be way easier. This one was smashed, so it was super hard to pop all that off.
Yep.
This one's just gonna slide right off.
Exactly. So we're gonna keep on moving. We're gonna go ahead and try to pop this motor out of there and see if we can get them frame rails out. right, check this out, guys. First things first, excuse the voice. I had way too many cold plunges. But anyways, motor is pulled out. I'll let you take it from here, dude.
I mean, it's pulled out. That was super easy. I mean, second time around, we knew where everything was.
Yep.
And I don't know what we're going to do with it. That thing just needs to get rebuilt or whatever. But main thing, we got this whole entire front end exposed. We even popped the door off over here and the fender. And I mean, we can go ahead and start cutting, drilling, whatever we need in order to get this whole entire frame section out. And I mean, honestly, that is pretty scary to think about.
That is.
That we're about to do. You
Dude,
know what I mean?
that is a lot of work. And we're actually looking at this frame rail, and it doesn't really pop out where we thought it pops out. It looks like it would just pop out there, but after inspecting it a little bit more, it goes all the way inside of the car, way further than we want to replace. You know what I mean?
I think it even like runs along the whole bottom side of the car, which is
Crazy.
a lot of work. I mean, I think you can technically cut somewhere and weld it together.
Yep.
This side over here, it's actually on spot welds. I think you can just take these spot welds off and they'll just slide out. Pretty simple. But there's another option on the table. I mean, there's a pretty big option on the table, and that's either cut all this up, do a bunch of framework, and put it on that GTR, or we can do a whole entire tub swap. But that will mean that we're gonna have to gut every last bolt on this car. You know?
But honestly, I feel like that might be the easier option, because you know what? We don't have to do a bunch of framework, a bunch of measuring, cutting, welding. We just got to do a bunch of removing, and we'll know at the end of that we'll have a true and square frame, never been wrecked before. You know?
It'll be perfect. Everything's gonna line up just exactly how we want it to, and we're just gonna make it a 2024. Get all that stuff on there and throw it on here. Make sure it's all clean, no rust. We'll go through everything, but that's just, I think personally that'd probably be the better option. You know what I mean? Because everything will be original. You know?
Yeah, but you know what? We are gonna probably bring V-Tuned out here. Maybe he'll come out here and be like, "Hey, guys, don't worry about it. It's going to be a super easy to replace. And you know what? We can quickly put it on there." So we're going to get a second opinion before we decide what we want to do. But either way it goes, we're going to get a car at the end of all this.
We're going to have a GTR, so don't worry about that. We got everything that we need. So I say let's see what he says, and we'll let you guys know.
But either way it goes, we still got to go ahead and rip this interior out while we wait on V-Tune. So let's go ahead, put it on the ground, and rip it out.
Dang, dude.
That looks a lot better in here.
Wow, that is clean. So actually, I guess it is super bent up in that car over there.
Yeah, all
dude.
this stuff right here does have little extra bends in there. So this is all nicely straight. All this is straight, not bent or anything like that. It looks super good in here, man. But
no
it all
rust.
looks exactly the same. Yeah, no rust. I mean, all it is like some surface rust here and there that we can easily clean up, wire wheel up, get all this cleaned out. But dude, that is all pretty much identical. I mean, they didn't even really change nothing but like body wise, like bumpers and stuff. That's
very
it.
simple. So that's crazy. All the way from 09 to 2024, same exact, pretty much
Tub.
interior
They
tubs.
build the same tubs. Everything is identical. I mean, the only thing they change is a little bit of the dash and a little bit of the bumpers, you know?
Dude, look at that piece right there. That's a full like aluminum brace, basically.
Oh, yeah, and you can see the water line. It's perfectly right there. That is crazy. So everything from there up is good.
Yep, and once we gut everything, dude, we're gonna pretty much just like power wash this thing. I don't think it needs to be sandblasted or anything, honestly.
Yeah, we'll just clean it up, do spray primer when it needs to be primed in, you know, do a really nice corrosive resistant primer.
And
all
we're gonna
that
pick
stuff.
a whole brand new color. I think
Might as well.
since we're going this route,
I
since
don't
we're
like
gonna,
the pearl. Yeah, no,
pearls
no,
are
the
all right
pearl.
color. It looks good, but we want to do something different, you know. Since we're gonna have this whole entire shell open,
Yeah.
we can just spray this sucker in.
Yep, and I don't like the black. I mean, the black is nice, but it's
It
simple,
looks
dude.
good, but it's just black, you know. We want something different, so leave your suggestions.
I'm thinking pink, like a nice Porsche pink.
I'm thinking purple, like a nice purple.
What are you thinking, David?
Yellow, for sure yellow. With
Oh,
carbon.
man. We don't got a single yellow car, but let's quickly look at these firewalls up close. Let's look over here and see what's going on.
Yeah, you
Can
see
you
that? That's all bent up
Oh,
right there.
wow.
So that's all
Dang.
pushed and bent and all that stuff, which is pretty crazy.
That is pretty crazy. I mean, honestly, it can still be saved. V-Tune wasn't able to make it out just yet, but he'll be out here, I think, tomorrow. But either way it goes, you know, we want to still go ahead and tear all this stuff apart, because if we do end up, I mean, we're honestly super close to just doing the tub swap at this point.
Super close, but if we have to change the rails, we can, because I mean it's all open, ready to go.
Yep.
We can go inside and outside, cut it all off, do whatever we got to do, pretty much.
What are you doing? Walking your Ford?
This is necessary for a Ford right here. You never know when you're gonna break down. You know why Fords got heated tailgates? So you can keep your hands warm when you're pushing them. You know what I mean?
I got an idea. We got a V6 motor, right? A spare.
It's all, we don't need V6 on V6.
And we got a V6 here that is having some sort of timing chain noise.
We need a V8 in here.
Quick rundown, what's going on with this thing? I mean, I guess maybe somebody might want to know.
One of the axle went bad. For some reason, I guess one of the bearings went bad and it shot in there, and it wallowed out one of the spots where the bearing goes. So it's getting fixed right now. Once it's done, it's gonna go back in there. But it's just been a good truck.
Hear me out. This right here, it's not a perfect motor, but I'm sure we could save it maybe. And it's nice and compact, and I think it'd fit perfect in that Raptor, dude.
Yeah.
That would be sick, actually. I mean, it might be a lot of work, but what if we actually did that?
Could be possible. I mean, anything's possible. It's just time and seeing if somebody can make us a wiring harness for this and
Maybe
all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe the GTR engine works best with the whole transmission. So that's where we're gonna run into an issue maybe with that. Having that transmission in the back wouldn't be possible.
The Ford transmission with this engine, I don't know, probably be kind of weird. Who knows?
That would be.
Could work. I don't know.
I mean, nobody's ever done it, so maybe we'd have to figure
We'd
it out.
have to first find somebody that can rebuild this engine.
But anyways, let's keep on moving with this. V-Tune actually still couldn't make it out. He's in the middle of painting something, and when you're painting, you got to just straight up be focused on that. So we're still going to continue with this right here.
Yeah, we need to go ahead and gut the rear end, the trunk, and all that stuff, because I mean, there's been sitting water in here. We want to make sure everything dries up, and that we notice any more differences, because we did kind of notice a few differences that were jotting down, like reinforcement styles on this car compared to that car over there.
Yeah, but we'll go over that a little bit later, and it's not going to stop us from possibly doing a frame swap. So we're not 100% sure just yet what we're going to do, but let's just tear it down, and then we'll talk about that later. right, guys, so this shell is pretty much ready for our entire swap, if that's the route that we're gonna go. I mean, we dropped the whole entire rear system, the transmission, the shocks, just the whole everything, suspension and all. That's still good right there. If anybody needs a GTR transmission, let us know. We got one for sale. But look at this shell right here. This thing has zero rust. This thing just looks brand new. 30,000 miles for a 2011. Dude, that's like a brand new car, man. I've seen more rust on a newer car right out of the factory than this thing right here. I mean, the good thing about it is it literally has drain holes throughout the entire just frame of this car. So anywhere that there's water, it drains out, which is good because that salt water, when it got in that engine, it sat there, it ate it all out. This just looks brand new. I mean, looks super good. There's literally nothing going on with this frame. Honestly, I'm all for doing a frame swap or a tub swap because we'll have a brand new car at the end of all this pretty much.
Dude, it's going to be so easy because look, in a matter of just a couple hours, we literally took everything out pretty much,
Super simple. I mean, we're pretty much already there. All we got to do is just gut the rest, wire and harness, a few other things, and then this thing will be ready for new parts. But anyways, we got to make a huge decision on what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and make up our minds.
I mean, that would all just come off, and then this would just be spliced in, and then this comes off right here. That is kind of weird though, how the framework goes.
Yeah, it looks like it runs all the way up in there.
Hold on. It goes pretty far. It goes underneath right this here, piece right here.
Dang, that's crazy how they did that.
It goes all the way over here. So it's part of the floor too. Tough swap it, man.
I mean, honestly, how long do you think it would take to like do all that fixing on that? It'd probably take a whole 3 days.
Yeah, 3-4 days. Well, just painting it, plus seam sealing it all.
Yeah, there's a lot of work that's going to go into that.
Perfect.
Exactly.
You know, adjusting
the
frame.
Perfect with this car's never been wrecked anywhere.
Never been wrecked or anything, dude.
Yeah, I would do that.
It's a no-brainer.
Yep.
Yeah. Or I mean, how would you even fix that? Is there a possibility we could just splice it right there?
I mean, see this top layer, this would be spliced in, but I just don't understand how the inner one goes. It looks like it's part of the entire floor, which you could splice it in and it wouldn't matter. But the fact that you have a perfect shell, you know?
Yeah, then we wouldn't have to like worry about just, you know, the measurements and everything. It'd just be a whole bunch of work. So I think
A bunch of nonsense.
A bunch of nonsense, honestly. We just needed that second opinion, and if V-Tune is saying it, then... And we got quarter panel damage,
yeah,
right?
we got quarter panel rear damage right here, so we'll be doing frame on the back. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you already have that parts car, I would fix this one, but since you have a complete car. So basically what you're going to do is just take everything off this car right here, put it on that car, and you're done. I'm V-Tune, and I approve this message.
V-Tune just pretty much helped us seal the deal, and we are going to be doing a complete tub swap, which is awesome because we are going to be able to get this GTR finished up way faster. I want to just quickly show you guys the only differences in this tub compared to that tub, and it's literally just two things. It's this bar right here and also this bar right here, which just little reinforcement bars, which we could easily take these off and put them under there, or just buy some new ones and throw them on right there.
Honestly, I mean, that's all they did right there, just stiffen up that firewall. I don't know what it does, but we're gonna do that on there, and that's it. It's gonna be just the exact same car.
Dude, 100%. It's gonna be super simple to do. Rather just add this than, you know, change the whole entire frame right there. But anyways, I think in the next video, we're literally just going to go to town, and we're just going to pretty much strip that sucker down fully and get it ready for some paint. That's what we need to do, man.
And you already found out the color. I was thinking midnight purple or something like that, but I think the color you found, I think maybe a little bit better.
Let me show you this color. I absolutely love the 2024 color. I think it's called a stealth gray or something.
That looks good.
Sick. Let me know what you guys think. There's a ton of other options, but I think honestly that would look killer on this thing. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be a wrap. My throat's pretty much all done for today. We're gonna catch you guys in the next one.